Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today, Emmerdale star breaks silence on dad being jailed for 17 years and says I always knew. Former Emmerdale star Kelly Hollis, who played Ali Spencer in the ITV soap, has bravely opened up about her father, who is a convicted drug kingpin and was jailed for 17 years. Former Emmerdale actress Kelly Hollis has bravely opened up about her father's criminal past, after he was jailed for 17 years behind bars. The 49-year-old, best known for her role as Ali Spencer in the ITV soap from 2011 to 2015, has kept this part of her life private until now, despite attempts by some social media users to expose her family history. In an exclusive interview with Manchester Evening News, Kelly decided it was time to share her story and move forward from the past. Despite her initial nerves about discussing such a personal matter, she made it clear that she felt no shame about her father's actions following his conviction for supplying Class A drugs. Her dad, Gwyn Thomas Hollis, is no longer a part of her life, but this wasn't always the case. "My dad was my world," Kelly said. "I will be honest, we haven't spoken in almost 10 years, but that is other normal family stuff. That is not because he has gone to prison. I absolutely adored my dad, massively. He used to joke and say I was the son he always wanted as I'm the only girl and the oldest and I have his personality and confidence. I loved him with all my heart. He is my dad at the end of the day." Kelly's parents parted ways when she was just 3, but her father Gwyn, a career criminal, remained a constant figure in her life. However, it didn't take long for young Kelly to realize that her dad was not like other dads and was involved in the murky world of drug dealing. "I have always known all my life what he does," Kelly, who once broke down in tears in court when her father was sent down earlier in his life, said. "But where I am from, this isn't me saying it is okay because it is not, but I am from Beeston in Leeds. Everyone can relate to Shameless and the lifestyle and the council estate thing. So I suppose you just get on with it. But my dad, I will be honest, he was always supportive when I got an opportunity to be an actor because it came about very suddenly, and he did nothing but encourage me to stay away from the life he has led. So I will always be grateful for that." As Kelly navigated through life, she found work at the local pub, a place where everyone knew everyone else's business, so her dad's shady activities were hardly kept under wraps. She added, "I had suspicions as a teenager, just because of his persona and the way people were around him, that kind of thing. And then as I grew up, it was just what it was." Laughing, she continued, "I didn't think O's *** to my dad is a drug dealer. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like that. You just grow up and you only know what you know." However, by sheer coincidence, Kelly became an actress, with her major parts including Yvonne Carib in Shameless and Ali Spencer in Emmerdale. Her father also dabbled in acting, and they starred alongside each other in projects like Tina Goes Shopping, a drama that bagged a BAFTA nomination. Yet she revealed, "My dad got some opportunities and he loved it, and he was really good. We had a conversation and he said, I can't be on the back of your coattails, and I can't risk your career because of what I am doing." As Kelly rose to stardom, she remained constantly aware that her dad's criminal activities could eventually resurface to damage her reputation. That occurred in June 2023 when Gwyn was convicted of conspiring to supply Class A drugs. He formed part of a major drug manufacturing and distribution network in and around York. But he failed to turn up to court for his trial, before officers eventually tracked him down. He was locked up aged 66 and handed a 17-year sentence. Looking back on it, Kelly, who has children of her own, revealed, We sort of knew it was coming. There had been a lot of stuff going on the previous years leading up to this. From my knowledge, they were trying to build a case for quite a few years. It wasn't unexpected, but what was unexpected was that he ran off, and he didn't go to court. The sad thing is that if he had just done it, he probably would have got less because they gave him more because he bolted. Throughout the chat, where Kelly spoke eloquently about her extraordinary circumstances, the ex-soap actress highlighted something that certain individuals might consider known that Kelly relocated to Thailand, where she operated a weed bar and resided there for 2.5 years before returning to the UK in November. Nevertheless, she remarked, "The hypocrisy for me here is that people are going to say, 'Oh, she went to Thailand and she ran a weed shop.' But the difference is legal and illegal at the end of the day." She continued, "The bottom line is, it has nothing to do with me. I have not spoken to the man in 10 years. He is a big grown man who has made his own life and made his own path, and I have made mine." Despite their estrangement, we questioned whether Kelly felt compelled to contact her father when he received a lengthy prison term. She revealed, "Me and my dad's relationship now is pretty much done, to be perfectly honest, and that is on both sides. I think if I did reach out, I probably wouldn't get the response I would get anyway. And do you know what? If he reached out, I would probably be as stubborn and do the same, to be honest, which is sad and makes me sad." Coming from a tight-knit community, locals continue to voice their amazement to Kelly that she and her father remain estranged, particularly considering how devoted they previously were. However, Kelly disclosed that her father received support from other family members, including her own loved ones who visited him in prison. She was informed that Gwen is managing well behind bars and has taken on a mentor role, particularly assisting inmates grappling with mental health issues. Despite having a strained relationship with him, and even blocking his name on her phone to avoid online exposure, she acknowledged that he possessed some commendable qualities. She stated, "Even though he did the things he did, he is not a violent person. We are not talking about Cray twins where people are scared of him. To him it was just a job, and it wasn't a lifestyle. Everybody loved him, and he was a good guy who would do anything for anybody. For instance, there was a lovely lady who ran the local pub and she lost her husband. She was going to lose the pub, so a few of them chipped in to make sure she could stay afloat and not lose her home and her business. This was not somebody who people were scared of. He was always life and soul, and it is sad that it has come to this. But I think it was inevitable considering his life. At some point it was going to catch up with him, and the huge sentence was inevitable, I think." Concluding the interview, the relief on Kelly's face was palpable, especially as she had wrestled with the decision to speak out for several days prior. However, she concluded, "I already feel better saying it out loud and knowing it will be put to bed. It is just a personal thing for me to get ahead of, have my say, and then it be done, rather than getting a text message to say, 'Oh, it is in the papers today.'" Displaying her trademark wit, she even cheekily suggested a potential headline, "Shameless stars, shameless dad." But on a more serious note, she concluded, "You have to be proactive, and this is more stress and a worry thing for me because I am not ashamed. It is not my life, it is my dad's, but because we are so closely connected, and he has been involved in some of the projects I have worked with over the years, it just makes sense to have this out now and put it to bed. It has been an everyday thing for me that is on my mind. But the bottom line is, he is the one that is in prison, not me."